All right, lesson three. Lesson three. So we should probably do one more lesson after this, and then we'll do like a quiz of some sort. Lesson three, decimals and percents. That's going at the top of your paper in your title zone there. And then right below that, we've got the essential question. How do I represent a decimal as a percent? Pause as you need to and get that onto your paper. We'll upload this for points. It's part of your grade. So here's what we're doing. We're going to write percents as decimals. Let's start that way first. The way to do that is to take the decimals number and divide it. Now take the percents number and divide it by 100. That's a lot of work. Dividing by 100 though is the same as, and this is what we really want to do, or we just want to move the decimal place 2 spaces to the left. That's the same as dividing. So as an example, if I had 48%, I can write that as a decimal if I want to divide it by 100, right? I'm going to write the word here. No! Don't divide it by 100. What we'd rather do is take our decimal number here, take our decimal number, write it as 48. Then, like I said, we're just going to take the decimal, which is here, right? We don't always write it for whole numbers, but it's there, and move it 2 spaces to the left. 1, 2. 1 space, 2 spaces. Put the new decimal in there. Bloop. And that means that 48% is equivalent to 0.48. That's all. Okay? We're just taking the decimal place and moving it 2 to the left, or we're taking a percent and making it a decimal. Let's do like 2 examples of that. Where's my eraser? Here's my eraser. Let's do 2 examples of that. So let me erase this. So just a little bit lower on your page there. Here is 56%. 1, I'm going to write it as a number, not a percent. 56. 2, move decimal 2 to the left. So I'm here. 1, 2. New decimal in. 56% is equal to 0.56. One more. One of these things, like we'll see it here, and the rules are the rules, so you got to follow the rules. Where's my purple? Where are my markers? Complete insanity. What about something, Mr. Romanovich, like 4%? Nothing different there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as its number, 4. Then here comes my favorite word. I'm going to move that decimal place 2 spots. There's my decimal. Now I've got to annex that 0, which means that 4% is equivalent to 0.04. Now yesterday when I was talking to Sean and Sean said 375 thousandths to me, I thought, that's amazing. And like if you think about this, what we have here, 4% is 4 hundredths, right? 48% is 48 hundredths. That's what those are as decimals themselves. All right, let's go the other direction. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go from here to here, and I think what you can see is it's just going to be going, we're going to manipulate the decimal to go the other way. All right, so a little lower on your paper, I'm going to reverse this here. We're going to write decimals as percents, and I'm going to change this number, and I'm going to change this. So just below where you're at there, you're going to do write decimals as percents, and then what we're going to do that is multiply the number by 100, or move the decimal point 2 spaces to the, now it's to the right. All right, so new section, we've moved down a little bit. Now it's to the right. So if we have a number like 0.13, if we want to write that as a percent, we could multiply it by 100. No! We could multiply it by 100 and get 13, and then we add our percent sign. That's a little bit extra work that we need to do. So instead, I'm just going to bring my 0.13 over here. 0.13. Then I'm going to move my decimal point 2 spots. And now I have 13, and there's my percent sign. Okay? Now, if we do this, like the key to this is making sure that you're following what you've got there. Let's do one more example, and then we can practice it. If I have 0.02, I'm going to move the decimal place 2 to the right, 1, 2. That's 2%. That's the full extent of this. Okay? So in everything that we're doing now, there's a little bit of equivalent fractions, a little bit of manipulating the decimal. Let's do some practice with this. Upload your notes when you get this done. Good luck.